Alrighty, boys. This fight, low key, is kind of bald central. If you get unlucky, you can get insta killed. Um, and the ads are really annoying. Like the healer on this fight that they throw against you is kind of a pain, but don't worry. With the Makoto team, it makes it less insufferable. All right, I'll go ahead and explain the mechanics. Let's go. So let's talk about the mechanics for a second. So, Seth, you want to prioritize killing this guy in phase 1. All right, I'm not gonna tell you why, just do it. I'm trying to make this guy as simple as possible. Okay, Isis is the main sustain for the enemy party. She is kind of annoying to deal with, mainly in phase 2, but in phase 1 she just heals up. You just any random shadow on the field. It can be Seth, it can be Horus, it can be Monkey, it can be Toph, it can be anyone. Right? She's very annoying, but don't aim to kill her. Your main target should be Seth. Okay, Horus, just your generic mob, attacker. He really doesn't do that much. Okay, this bozo helps sustain the team. He inflicts shield, or he changes like the affinities depending on like the day and night cycle stuff. I'm not gonna get into specifics. Just again, ignore this guy. And then this bozo here has a chance to inflict an insta kill on you. Okay, if he gets like 4 stacks of his like annihilation thingy, or annihilation stacks, you could get unlucky, and one thief on your party could have like 4 stacks, and then he just insta kills you. So if you get insta killed, just reset the run, because this guy really ruins it, right? But your main priority is to kill Seth on phase 1. Okay. Now let's talk about phase 2. So for phase 2, once you kill Seth, Seth will despawn Toph and despawn the Anubis. They won't be on the field anymore. He will have Isis and he will have Horus on the field, okay? Isis is going to do nothing but heal you, okay? So once you're in phase 2, you want to kill Isis first, like pronto, because her healing is kind of annoying. I'm not going to even lie. It's really annoying. It made me like sieve a couple of runs in. So kill her first, and then you want to kill Horus, and then you want to kill Seth last, because if you cannot kill Seth before you kill Isis and Horus. But I recommend you kill Isis first in phase 2, and then after that kill Horus, and then after that you kill Seth lastly on phase 2. Alrighty, boys, feel free to make the video a bit slower or pause wherever you need to, because here is my buff selections. You're welcome. Alright, now let's talk about the Rev Cards. So, for Futaba, once it loads, you're going to be running the Navi set for her, that being Labor and Resolve. And then next for Marion, you're going to want the Trust and Prosperity set. It's the Highlight Gauge boost set, and it helps the team's damage set. This is the Nuke set, Awareness and Truth. And then on Shun, you're going to want the Defense Shred set. Also helps him with his max HP as well. You definitely need a lot of HP. And then for Personas, you're going to be running Bishamonten for Rakunda and Imperial Purge. Next is a new Persona, that is Sandalphon. You're going to be using his skill 1 to increase shield and increase damage. And then Yanosik lastly is a stat stick. And finally, for the knife, you're going to be using Ex Machina. Alrighty, boys. So let's go ahead and get started with the fight, shall we? So in Marion, obviously she's going to be your main healer. You want to go between the 2-3 rotation. If you can hoard skill 3 with max stacks, you should, because sometimes it's good to have that in your backlog than to just waste it immediately. Shun is going to be your main debuffer and your main sustain. If you can't live these turns, I would recommend you start off with IC defense first, so that you don't risk it. But here, I risked it a little bit, so I went S2 for extra damage, and so that I can set up Makoto for a stronger turn. So here with Bishamonten, you go ahead and skill 3, aka Rakunda here, and Makoto, you're going to skill 1 here, and then pray that you inflict some ailments, because more ailments, the more damage she does in Crash Out. And yeah, so again, if you're not cocky, go ahead and shun skill 3 instead of skill 2ing there. But since I wanted to set up Makoto for a big damage turn, I went ahead and used skill 2. Futaba, I'm gonna be real. Since I chose the cooldown of the Navi, like the slow cooldown Navi effect, it's I kind of just spammed skill 1 throughout this whole fight. But I'm sure you can optimize a little bit better than my Futaba rotations this fight. And if your Kira synergy is at bond 5, you don't have to worry about running out of bullets with Shun. So here I used the bullets to debuff Seth and maybe potentially down a mob so I can get an extra follow-up with Makoto. Here, you beat Shamonten skill 1. And then at this point, you should get Crash Out. If you don't, you can just keep skill 1 spamming and then pray that next turn you get Crash Out. And here you Crash Out skill 3. And that should one-shot if your Makoto's properly built. If not, then yeah, just keep skill 1ing until you get Crash Out. And then just, you know, S3 when you get Crash Out. So in this phase, you want to target Isis first. Okay, Isis is kind of a pain in the butt. You do not want to leave her hanging, because if you do, she could potentially full heal Seth and Horus, and you don't want that. So yeah, go ahead and Rakunda here. And then here, you just spam skill 1 until you get Crash Out. And see what I mean? Like, Isis is just going to keep healing herself. And on this phase, you don't have to worry about the insta-death thing that I mentioned earlier, because that only responded to Anubis. Okay? And keep a habit of trying to, like, withhold skill 3 with full diagnostic stacks on Marion if you can. But if you have to, then yes, use it. Obviously, right? Living is more important than trying to deal damage here, because you have a lot of turns to deal the damage. So, like I said, with Futaba, you could probably do like a 1, 2, and a 3 rotation. But since I chose the slowing down of the Navi effect on the effects list, it basically kind of griefed my Futaba a bit. But, you know, you can maybe do a bit different rotation than me. There I went ahead and Makoto highlighted. And then just go ahead and skill 1 so I can get some tenacity stack so I get Crash Out next turn. And yeah, like, Isis is so annoying, y'all. Like, you want to get rid of her so fast. So fast. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. And the thing is, since my Marion is A1, she gives a buff, right? I'm pretty sure it was either a pierce rate buff or like an attack buff. So it is, you know, I got that extra buff with A1 Marion. But, you know, A0 Marion can work still. And there you go. Soy's got his gun back. Now can we... Yep, we inflicted the debuff. And we downed Isis. And if you do down Isis here, just go ahead and Makoto follow up. Right? And again, like I said, if you're Kira Synergy 5, then you can do Soy's infinite ammo thing. And then here, use this new persona. I forgot what his name was already. It's hard to pronounce. It's basically a shield inflictor that gives like a damage buff for like the whole team. He's really good. And he helps with survivability too. And then Isis is going to heal herself again. Like I said, just take her out, man. You'll deal more damage than she can heal. But keep in mind, oh my god, my Soy. Yeesh, yeah, no, this fight's pretty brutal, y'all. Like, you better, like, my suggestion is you have all your Rev Cards, like, fully leveled. Like, don't come in here with level 0 Rev Cards and expect to, like, be okay. Because everyone on this team basically is 25, level 25 on all 4 cards. Right? And the space card, too. Like, y'all need to, like, min-max that if you can. And again, just, you know, keep on going Rakunda into, like, Bishamonten S1. Right? On like, an enemy you want to debuff / target. In this case, since we're aiming for Isis, we're going to keep running that rotation against her. And use that shield persona. I already forgot what the heck his name was. Whenever you need to. Right? Ideally, the rotation should go Rakunda into Bishamonten S1 into that Knight persona S1, if you can. So here I had to resort to using skill 3 on Marion because, you know, it's dying. We don't want that. And if skill 3 is on, ooh, lucky crit. And I down here, so we're gonna Makoto follow up. But like I was saying, if skill 3 is off on cooldown, you either use skill 2 or you use gun on Soy if you have Kira Synergy 5. So here I Bisha Mountain S1, right? And then here, since I get the technical, even without crash out, you know, I still just do S1 and it kills. We take those. And now all I have left to deal with is Horus and Seth. Ooh, nice dodge. Nice dodge. And now, with Marion, I kind of need some SP back. So, guard. Just straight up guard. And again, do not, like, underestimate this boss. He hits so hard. So if you need to guard to gain back SP, do it. Because Marion is super important to this comp. If she dies, your whole team dies. Okay? And then Shun highlight is pretty good too. Max HP helps a lot. So that you don't get one shot by Seth here. Because Seth hits like a monster truck, y'all. He's crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and skill 3 onto Horus since he has some ailments on him. There you go. But yeah, TLDR, you skill 1 with Makoto. You get those ailments going. And then once you get crash out, you crash out skill 3. Right? But if you don't, just keep skill 1ing until you get the crash out. Right? And here, with Shun, I have the gun back. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to unload our load. And there you go. He got debuffed with daunting firepower. And he got downed. And you know what to do. Makoto follow-up. Again, this team is very fun to play. Just the only not fun fact is resetting your runs and getting insta-killed like every 5-4 runs. Like, I swear, this fight in phase 1 is brutal. You could get insta-killed for basically no reason. It's kind of stupid. Alright, here. Still in crash out. But I'm just going to S1 here because they don't have any ailments on them. And if you know the drill with Makoto, no ailments equals PP poo-poo damage. And, oh no. My Marion died there, but it's okay. It's okay. We're near the end of the fight, but typically there, you should probably prioritize, you know, a healing or like some sort of shield or defense buff so that, you know, the whole team doesn't die. Like I said, you shouldn't S3 if you have it, or just guard, or just, you know, use like a highlight to like full heal. So there you go. He has some ailments, so we're gonna use S3 on Seth. And I somehow beat this. Right? I not gonna lie, I thought this was the end, but I just kept going and it magically worked. So here, I just keep spamming the Night Persona S1 and it works. Like I said, he is so good. I'm so glad they added him this cycle in the Velvet shop. And then I went ahead and S3'd there. Shun's dead. Almost dead. Holy moly. Yeah, no, this fight is super difficult. Super difficult. So be on guard. Make sure your Rev cards are leveled up. Make sure you're playing it safe. Heal when you need to heal. Proc defense buffs whenever you need to. You know, don't go full aggro, right? There were some times where I went full aggro in this fight that I wished I didn't. And like I said, you could make the Futaba rotation just a bit better here, but you know, since I had the debuff for your Navi, where like the cooldown of the Navi is lower, then yeah, my Futaba rotation was horrible. But yeah, GG's. Hope this guide helped y'all, man. Well, boys, if you play a little bit more safer than me, you could probably get away with a more cleaner run. Like, for example, I noticed that my Marion was at very low HP. Instead of using wonders, debuffs, I could use like Sound Alphon's like skill 1 to like inflict a shield. You know, the shield can prolong Marion's lifespan a bit more, so I didn't have to worry about her dying at the very end. Stuff like that. Or, for example, instead of using Shun's gun, you know, you can use skill 3. Like, even though you get less damage, you know, it's more safe and you don't die as easily. Stuff like that. And obviously, if you made Futaba's rotation a bit better than mine's, you could probably get a bit more damage. But yeah, like, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of mauled on this boss. I won't lie to you. Like, it took a lot of runs, but I finally got it, so I wanted to record it for y'all. But other than that, if you have any questions, y'all, leave leave it down below in the comments. I'll read it. I'll answer it. I always respond as quick as I can. And I have a lot more plans for future videos for P5X. Like, I really enjoy this game. I love its community. And I love sharing my knowledge with you guys, or all my scrubby knowledge, whatever you want to call it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, deuces.